After many months of lockdown, hello and welcome again to Salisbury Art Centre. My name is Mirka Goldenhan and I'm resident artist and head of visual arts at Wiltshire Creative. In this video I will be talking to artist Malia Amatina about her work and about her exhibition, and our shift associate artist Kate Potter will be talking to the group of young people who are a big part of our new exhibition, Alternate Perceptions. The experience of COVID we all share has brought about many changes to the way we live and to the way we interact with one another. This change in our outlook and our behavior spans all endeavor. As we emerge into a world which is so different to the one we were used to, we have an opportunity to start doing things differently and start seeing things differently. It is time to listen and to speak out more. It is time to be informed and changed by the depths and the extents of the experiences of others. I'm thrilled that our first exhibition of 2021 is the work of an exceptional artist, advocate and communicator, Malia Amatina. Malia was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome in 2015. This inspired her to embark on a creative mission to research and to share the unique sensory experiences of life on the autistic spectrum through the art that she makes. For Malia, art heals and transforms and expands the experience of living. Hello, Malia. Allow me to introduce you and ask you to describe your journey to becoming an artist.
Hi there, Mirka. Thank you for the introduction. That was great. My journey as an artist has been really interesting, actually. So it started 6 years ago, back in 2015, as you said, when I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. At the time, I just finished working in the corporate world where I've been made redundant. So I thought it was a great time to have some time out and explore my more creative side. And then 6 years later, I'm still here. And it was also very interesting because it was the same year that I was diagnosed with autism. So I feel that my art practice and my diagnosis has just gone hand in hand, really. As I've explored, I've reflected, I've come to terms with the diagnosis. And while I've been doing that, I guess learning so much about myself and reaching out to the wider autistic community to get their views on how they experience being autistic, I've been able to share that with the wider world and become an advocate because I didn't know much about autism before my diagnosis. So it's been wonderful to be able to use art as a means of expression and to share this with the world and to advocate and raise awareness and understanding of what the autism spectrum is all about and accessibility in general, I would say.
Thank you for saying that. It's really, it is so important to share our experiences in the ways that we can. What is also interesting about your work, and let's speak about that now, is how you include so many different aspects of creative media in your work. Your practice includes painting, video work, also audience interactive art, which is so important in the sort of communication you want to have with your audience. So
Sure.
Can you please tell us how you decide which way you address particular topic?
Yeah, of course. As you say, I do use various different forms of media to communicate my messaging. And I suppose it all started with the theme of accessibility. I've always wanted to make my art as accessible as possible. And even before my autism diagnosis, I was very keen to bring art to everyday spaces, so into the community. So I would exhibit in laundrettes, cafes, hospitals as well, the sort of day-to-day settings that people would frequent more regularly than an art gallery, which someone may find a bit inaccessible for various reasons. And then since my diagnosis, it's been thinking about, well, how can people engage with the art? How can they take that messaging away with them? And it's not just about visual art for me, it's about also using the writing or performance art, getting people to engage at a level that works for them, and it's different for everyone. And also the participatory element. I suppose it's about creating a dialogue around neurodiversity, getting people to engage, getting people to think and feedback. So that's become a real sort of core part of my art practice, particularly over the last few years, and I want to expand upon that as well. So it's about thinking about my audience and who they are and how they can relate to my work and take something away with them when they see it.
So really it is the interaction and participation and creating communities, which is really particularly important in your work. And you have kind of mentioned exhibiting work in laundrettes. So let's now talk about the project 80 Washing Lines, a Wiltshire Takeover. This project forms a big part of our exhibition, and it is also a project which is part of a wider shift program. So I will now hand over to Kate Potter, who is our associate artist on the shift, and she will be talking to you and to the young people who are a part of the project 80 Washing Lines, a Wiltshire Takeover.
Right, hello. So yeah, I'm Kate. I am one of the Shift Associate Artists. So I've been here with Wiltshire Creative since the beginning of February, working on the Shift project, which is a new programme amplifying young voices through the arts. I'm here with Bethan, Fee, Dean and Malia, and we're going to talk a little bit about the 80 Washing Lines Wiltshire Takeover, which we've been working on. So to begin with, guys, would you mind kind of talking to me about how you have taken the concept of 80 Washing Lines to create your own artwork?
I think sort of a theme that kind of stood out in the 80 Washing Lines project was how sort of simple things can kind of draw unity between people. Like, we all have to do laundry was something that Malia said quite early on in the project.
What are the topics that you care most about in your community, and how has this been incorporated within the show?
So I think, in my opinion, the main themes of this project were definitely unity and also identity. So how we can all come together, like Bethan said, over a simple thing like laundry.
What is the exhibition about? So like, what themes does it cover? What art forms are used? Just tell us a little bit about the exhibition.
So Kate is painting with acrylics, which is really exciting. And then we've got like film and photography, which is what like myself and Dean are doing. Dean, do you want to talk about your photographs?
Yeah, my photographs are really special, and ever since I did photography like last year, it's becoming more gooder and gooder. Like yesterday, we had a rainbow outside my bedroom window, so I went outside, grabbed some pictures, and it was that bright, right? And I thought, wow, I think I've caught a really good photo. And photography happens to be one of the best things I ever done. Thank you, Bethan.
It's all right. And then obviously Fee and Kate have looked at like slightly more kind of multimedia in a way, like looking at text and communication through that.
Okay, so we've just covered it a little bit, but maybe if there's anything more in terms of what can visitors expect at the exhibition, does anyone want to expand on that a little bit more?
I think it's going to be a multimedia extravaganza, really. You've got everything going on. For me, it's been really interesting being the artist running these workshops and having done this project and been so immersed in it and focused around the concept of humanity and connectedness and how laundry ties all of that together. And then speaking with these incredible young people every single week and doing different activities and really seeing that concept in a completely different way, like through their eyes and what they care about in their community, in their lives, and seeing those themes come about, and then seeing those themes then being progressed into these incredible ideas and art forms. It's going to be an absolute delight to see.
So, lastly, what's one thing that each of you are going to take away from these workshops and this experience?
For me, it just reinforces the importance of art and collaboration and community, and bringing about those messages.
I will definitely appreciate teamwork a lot more, because I think all of us coming together with our different ideas at the beginning, and now we've put them all together and they're all a running theme. I think that's really important, because teamwork is such a big part of life. You have to be able to work with other people, and I think that we've done that really well.
Just leading on from that, I think for me, what I'm going to take away is how much I've learned from everybody else in the space. So I came into this as a theatre maker, not a visual artist. I have no experience in visual art, but from learning with everybody and like collaborating, as Fee said, it's really nice to kind of bounce off each other's ideas, and it's gained my confidence and my knowledge in visual arts a little bit more, which is it's exciting to explore a new side of things, which is
like we've managed to put together this whole exhibition over doing something that I think people are kind of just like, ugh, like this chore again, but I think we've all managed to find like really beautiful, enjoyable things from that, and I personally hope that when people leave the exhibition, they leave maybe renewed in their sort of attitudes towards the mundane things that we've had to do for this whole crazy year.
Thank you everyone for talking to us, and thank you everyone for listening. I've been interested in Malia's work for several years now. The first time I've seen her work, I really felt its energy and the potential to communicate, and since then I wanted to exhibit this work at Salisbury Art Centre. I'm particularly proud of the work created by the young people with Malia. 80 washing lines, a Wiltshire takeover, is an absolute treat. You will find out when you come in that this exhibition is not intended just to be seen. There are several opportunities for you as an audience to participate in adding to the work. Alternate perception exhibitions will run at Salisbury Art Centre until 3rd of July. The Art Centre is open Tuesday till Saturday, 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. And when you come, do try the coffee from our new coffee machine. Until then, take care and stay safe.